Hey, welcome everyone. That transition was not as cool as I thought it was going to be, and I can't hear myself either for some reason. Oh, that's why, because the volume went low. Welcome to the stream, everyone. It's been a very long time since I done a podcast or anything like this. You guys know, and for those of you who are enjoying the podcast that I did last year, first of all, I appreciate it. This is twitch.tv/jonsfm. I am an IRL streamer. Occasionally, maybe rarely, I do podcasts because I'm really interested in talking with other creatives. And today we were supposed to have CookSucks on here, but he called in and he said, I don't want to do it. So instead, we have baby CookSucks, aka MeesterKeem.
I'm right here. I'm CookSucks. What do you mean?
Welcome to the stream. And he's traveling here from
the East Coast, New York City.
So why are you here in LA now?
I'm here because New York City right now is cold as hell, and I got a little bit bored. I know it's come out before, before the winter ends and finish up my winter over here. So I just came out to hang out with my friends in LA.
Really? You just have enough money that you could just come out here and just hang out with us?
I mean, I have a full-time job, but I mean, there's reasons to coming out. I think there's the actual good reasons, because a lot of people are like leaving. They're going to like international and stuff. So like, I wanted to say like bye to everybody and just hang out with them one more time, because I'm probably not gonna see everyone until like TwitchCon. So
wow, you bought a plane ticket so you could see people?
It's
Twitch
part
streamers?
Of it. It's part of it. Yeah, they're like my friends. They're my actual friends. They're not just streamers to me.
Wow. I don't think I could.
And Cook is
that.
family, so.
Cook is family? All right, fair enough.
We're close. Like we're good friends, but like yeah. But then it sucks because now he's leaving and I'm barely gonna see him.
Fair. Let me just say, for those of you who are watching live, this is twitch.tv/jonsf. And for those of you who are watching the recorded video, this will be redistributed probably to like YouTube and maybe another platform that I decide on later on. Thank you guys for listening and watching, and follow me on such platforms. We're gonna talk with MeesterKeem over here, and we're gonna see what he's about. Learn about his life. Well, maybe as much as he wants to get into it.
I'm not telling you guys shit, okay? My private life is my private life, okay? So none of you guys, if you guys came here for that, you're not gonna get a lot of it, I promise.
It's very interesting. Okay, I think one of the things about having this particular guest, MeesterKeem, here on the show is because MeesterKeem is kind of like a rising star, I would say, in the Twitch IRL space. You're relatively newer in streaming, right? Well, how long have you been streaming, I want to ask?
I've been streaming for like a year now. I just passed my 1 year anniversary.
1 year?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not like that new, but relatively new.
But then in the IRL scene, I'm very new.
How long have you been streaming in IRL?
Maybe like only like 4 months, I'd say.
4 months?
Yeah, maybe only like 4 or 5 months, maybe even less.
Oh, damn.
So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to the show. Before we start,
Crazy.
let's break it open. I think he already broke his open, so welcome to LA.
This is good, man.
Cheers.
Hey, cheers.
This is Tara. This is Korean.
Cheers, y'all.
Korean Australian lager.
First time having it. It's good. I like it.
Yeah.
It's light. It's good. I like it. Wait, hold on. Let me turn it so we're partners now, so no free advertising.
Actually, you know what? So, okay, I want to say before we get into this, I'm getting a lot of compliments about the color of the lighting and whatnot and how professional it looks. First of all, I'm very appreciative that you guys are saying such compliments about my stream. I work a little hard on this. I didn't intend on this to match my hat as well as matching the beer.
Kappa.
The reason why this is this color, the green and yellow color, is because this is the color of MeesterKeem's like BRB screen.
Oh, wait, no, I'm not. It's not green, it's yellow. It's teal and yellow.
Teal and yellow.
Yeah.
This is the closest I could get to like a teal and yellow.
But actually, teal and yellow mixes to kind of make a green in a sense, right?
Yeah, right?
I
Close
think.
enough.
I don't
That
know.
okay, that light, okay, whatever. It's lights.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. We're matching today, and I think it looks good. Kotin says it looks great. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right, let's get into it. Oh, let's mute the alerts.
What the hell was that?
First of all, that's my follow alert. Guys, if you're not following, please follow me. Let me mute the alerts. There we go.
But
Follow me
while
here.
he's doing that, in all seriousness, I am very, very impressed by this setup. Like, I think this is the first time I've ever walked into a house and, like, it doesn't even look like a house. It looks like a straight-up studio. So it looks really good, man.
Wow, what a compliment. I don't know if that's a good compliment that
No, it's
I
a
live
compliment.
in the studio.
It looks amazing.
Okay.
Seriously.
All right, let's get into it. Few ground rules here. First of all, we're not going to be, just by the nature of this content, we're not going to be able to get into the chat that much. And, you know, I know you guys are saying stuff. I want to get to your guys' questions if you guys have some. So every once in a while, we'll take a break and we'll go back into the chat and we'll see what people are saying. If you guys have a burning question, feel free to pay for your question. Sub or send a donation. You know, all of these lights and stuff, they cost money, man. So if you have a burning question to ask MeesterKeem or myself, feel free. This is a discussion between him. I don't want this to be like an interview. I want this to be more of like this is like a podcast. This is a discussion. So if you want to ask me questions back to,
For sure.
we can go back and forth.
Sounds good.
But since you're the guest, let's go in. My first question to you is, before the whole streaming, before Twitch and everything that you did, I guess content creation, talk about your origins.
My origins? I mean, I came out of my mother's womb.
Mm-hmm. Where? Where were you born?
In Long Island.
Long Island.
Yeah. Manhasset. North Shore Hospital. Don't look up the records, please. No, but I was born in North Shore Hospital in Long Island in Manhasset, and came out of my mother's womb, and then basically I got baptized, and they said that I would become a Twitch god.
Really? Did they circumcise you too?
Unfortunately not, because
No?
I wasn't
Okay.
an Israelite.
Oh, uncircumcised.
Yeah. No, in all seriousness though, like, I mean, origin story. I'm not gonna take you back to like all the way in the beginning.
You don't have to tell me everything, but I want to basically with this question, I want to see where your journey has come from to bring you
To
here
become a
now.
streamer?
Basically, yeah.
Okay.
Like, what in the past life before you became a streamer,
Right.
inspired you to become to
Okay.
get into it? Basically,
Okay,
how did
okay.
you find yourself in this predicament?
All right. TLDR. Basically, I had a best friend. His name is Yuli, and he was a Twitch streamer, and he streamed to like maybe 15 to 20 viewers, and he would play like games like Final Fantasy VII Remake and things like that, and he would basically try to beat the game and like do like a completist video game type of thing.
Yeah.
And I was going through a really hard time in my life. This was like a few. I can't even remember the time anymore. But basically, like I was going through a really hard time in my life. I got out of a really long relationship.
How long?
Like 4.5 years.
4.5 years.
I
Holy
thought
shit.
I was gonna marry this girl. Like we were talking about engagement. Like we talked with my parents about engagement, and I got out of a relationship, and I was just in a really, really bad place. Like probably the lowest I've ever been in my life. And
Were you depressed?
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
What was the reason why you guys broke up?
It's very complicated.
Was it like a mutual breakup, or was it like
No, it was very sudden. It was very sudden.
sudden.
Like she broke up with me very suddenly.
She broke up with you?
She broke up with me.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
What? How old
if you're
are
watching this, screw you. No, I'm kidding.
How old were you when this happened?
I was.
Or how long ago from now?
You're like 15?
I'd say.
No. How long ago? I was like, it was like maybe 2 years ago.
It was only 2 years
Yeah,
ago.
maybe 2-3 years. 2 years ago.
You know what they say?
What?
They say it takes half of the time of the relationship for you to get over the person.
Really?
Yeah. So if you were with them for 4 years, it would take you 2 years to get over that person.
I've never heard that before.
You never
But
heard of that before?
That's pretty crazy though, because it kind of worked. It worked out that way, because like I feel very good about it now. But yeah, I was just in a rough place, and like I was in a bad place, and then my friend Yuli, he's like my best friend, and he was there for me. and like I basically just like kind of cut everybody out of my life and like kind of isolated myself, and he was just there for me. And one of the things that we kind of connected on as friends was he invited me just to like watch his streams. So like I was like, all right, fine. And at first I really like didn't really see Twitch as like a legitimate thing. At the time I used to make fun of him because he used to do a little bit of IRL back in the day.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he did some IRL back in the day. And then I remember we would be at restaurants and he would be like feeding chat, and I would look at him like, dude, you're such a freaking weirdo, bro. You're so cringe. But now I totally get it now. But he taught me everything that I know about Twitch. Like, he invited me to be a part of like his streams, and then eventually after I watched his streams often, he let me basically like be a part of his streams so that I co-streamed with him. And I did that for like a few months, and then basically afterwards, long story short, he convinced me to like stream myself. So he told me like, you should buy a computer, like we should game together. And he's like, eventually he's like, why don't you start streaming? And I was like, you know what, fuck it. And I just started doing it. And then I started off on a good way, because a lot of his community supporters ended up supporting me, and then I was a variety streamer, and then eventually I became the IRL streamer. But that's like a long journey. So
Yeah, right.
But that's a little bit of the origin.
That's the origin.
Yeah.
That's so you would say the reason why you got into streaming in general is because of your friend Yuli.
Yeah, he made me. I always say that. Like, he literally made me. Like,
Does he
I
still
wouldn't
stream?
know. He does. Yeah. But he's mainly a musician.
Oh.
Yeah, so he does music.
Does he do music streams or just gaming streams?
Not really. I tell him he should, because like that's his like fan base and stuff, but he does gaming streams. But yeah, he's done a music stream before, but that's not his content really. Yeah.
Wow. So Yuli made you. So that's where you were before.
Yeah.
Because of a breakup and your friend Yuli.
Yeah, exactly. And then that's how I ended up on Twitch.tv. And then I fell in love with Twitch because of like the people I watched, and I just loved the culture. I loved the entertainment. Like people here might know, but some might not. I'm a Miz kid, so I like MizKiff. So I watched a ton of MizKiff, and that really helped me like laugh when I was going through like some dark times. So
What about MizKiff did you enjoy?
I just like how he's a dumbass and he's like a degenerate, and it's just funny to laugh with him and to laugh at him, you know. And I also just like the aspect of like how he always has people on his streams and he's constantly collabing with them and such, because you know it's very parasocial, but it feels really fun to watch, you know. So yeah, that's why I like MizKiff.
What would you say are your top 3 or 5 streamers?
Top 3 or 5? That's really hard.
What are the streamers that you watch the most, maybe?
The streamers I watch the most, I mean, these days I've been watching a lot of IRL streamers. So, I mean, obviously, number 1, I watch Cook all the time. And then I watch Jake. And then just people within the circle. Like, I try to watch them a lot. And then outside of the IRL streaming world, I still watch MizKiff a lot. I used to watch Ludwig a lot, but I don't watch him anymore because he went to YouTube. But it's nothing like, oh, you went to YouTube, I'm going to stop watching him. It's just more like convenience, you know? And things like that. People in the OTK circle and stuff. So I watch the bigger streamers.
What IRL stream got you into IRL?
Okay, so it's not necessarily a particular stream that inspired me to do IRL. Like, because I knew about IRL as a concept. But actually, you might not know this. I don't think I ever told you this, but you're the first person that I followed IRL streamer.
Really?
You're the first IRL streamer I ever followed.
So you found my IRL stream
So
first.
I found your YouTube video on YouTube as I was trying to figure out like my setup and stuff. And then I was like, yo, this guy, he knows what he's talking about. This is a really good video. And there's not a lot of information out there on like how you can create your own backpack and stuff. And so I watched your video and was like, this is really good. And then I followed your channel, and then I watched the video, and then I kind of used that as a canvas to like help me make my own backpack. So,
Interesting.
Yeah. So it's a pretty cool fact.
Because,
oh my gosh.
What? Whoa.
It's dark.
Did one of my cameras go out? Oh, it did. One of my cameras went out.
Is it the one it's the one that's pointing
It's
at you,
that
right?
one, yeah.
Oh no.
1 second.
Wait, isn't it the one
Let
that
me
we
fix that.
charged?
Yeah, what happened? I don't know. Okay, I found out that
Who's
camera
here?
That camera overheated.
Oh. Shoot. Yo, can we get some... Do you have Drake in your chat? Yeah, the emote. How do you not have Drake? Yo, mods, can you add Drake in 7TV? Do you use 7TV? Dude, how do you not have Drake, bro? Drake is the emote where he gets up, he starts clapping.
Oh.
But anyway,
you can't talk to me about stuff like that because like I don't know what that is.
Oh really?
Yeah, when it comes to young people stuff like emotes, I'm not with it on that.
So you're like, would you say you're still
I need like an emote consultant.
Would you say you're still like a normie? Like when it comes to like Twitch culture and stuff?
It's not that I'm a normie, it's that I reject a lot of Twitch culture.
Oh, I hear you.
Yeah.
So you want to stay a normie. You don't want to conform.
It's not that I want to stay a normie. It's just a lot of Twitch culture is first of all, it's too fast.
Okay, yeah.
For me to keep up.
It evolves a lot, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. First of all. And secondly, a lot of it's dumb. When I hear about it, it's like, dude, that's dumb. And everyone thinks it's tight. Yeah. Recently I figured out what booba was. I was like, why is that tight?
Are you serious, bro? You recently figured out about that?
Yeah.
God damn, John.
Everyone kept saying booba. I remember when KEKW was first coming out, and I was like, dude, this is so stupid.
Right? You're not a KEKW guy, right?
No, I don't like KEKW.
You're a lol W guy, right? Because I remember I used KEKW in your chat, and like, there's something else that pops up, like.
Yeah, because too many people would just put only KEKW. So I was like, oh, this has no value.
I'm a KEKW frog. I'm not a lol W frog, but I've been trying to use lol W more.
So yeah, I feel like, okay,
I'm like a blend.
This is a very interesting. We have a very interesting perspective going on here because I'm an older Twitch user. I'm just an older person in general.
And I'm young.
Exactly. I've been on Twitch for 11 years, I would say.
God damn, 11 years?
Since the beta.
Holy
of
shit,
Twitch.
bro.
Yeah.
11. Yo, cheers to 11. God damn.
And I've been in terms of just like streaming full time or seriously, I should say, maybe not full time. Streaming seriously, I've been streaming seriously for about 2 years. So we have like this perspective of I'm kind of I don't want to say older than you. But you have like a younger guy's perspective. Yeah, rookie, basically.
I am.
Yeah, so usually the people that I have on here on this, they have like some type of a perspective, like a different perspective. Everyone has different perspectives from where they're coming from. So today, I think the cool thing about having MeesterKeem on here is that he can talk about being kind of like a newer Twitch streamer and finding success in his journey of like, Twitch streaming.
100%.
Yeah, but definitely it sounds like you identify with, I don't even know what you would call them, like the Twitch young ones. Why does that keep? Let me mute that.
Twitch young ones, like you mean the ones who are cultured? Like the people, like people who are cultured. They want to stay involved in Twitch culture and they evolve with the culture. They like learn and they evolve and they adapt.
That's because I feel like that's because you're so young.
I don't know. I wanna learn to be more of a Twitch frog. I think it's important to succeeding as a streamer.
I don't think that's that important. This
Really?
camera keeps turning off because it's overheating.
Damn it! Freaking camera.
All right.
So what should we do then?
What I'll do is. Okay, so I didn't realize one of my cameras is overheating.
This is probably gonna be one of the best podcast episodes. So it has to be a little bit scuffed to even that, right? Because
in order for it to be one of my streams, it has to be scuffed, no matter what. What I'll do is we'll keep it on this camera for now. I'll wait for that camera to like cool down a little bit, and we'll just keep it on this wide one.
Okay, sounds good.
So I'm gonna leave it on this camera for now. I think that camera needs to cool down for a little bit. Once it cools down, we'll do this next section, and then I'll try to fix it again.
Sounds good.
I've never had a camera overheat before, but maybe it's because we're spitting hot fire over here. It's too hot. All right. Let's bring it back for the edit.
Okay.
All right, here it is. All right, so you talked about how you got into Twitch streaming. I want to ask how your current Twitch streaming experience is. Like, how do you feel about streaming now? Also, if you can explain a little bit about like your workflow. So you mentioned, it seems from what I could tell, I don't really watch your channel that much, unfortunately, but it seems to me that your stream is shifted mostly to IRL streaming, right? Would you consider yourself like mainly an IRL streamer?
Yeah, I am. Now I am. I've committed to it. So
Why did you want to commit to IRL streaming?
because I just think that's my niche, you know, and like it's how I've succeeded on the platform, and it would be dumb of me to try to do something else that didn't get me that success, you know, especially like on Twitch, because I feel like on Twitch you only get a few opportunities, and so you have to take advantage of them.
You mentioned that I was kind of the first IRL streamer that you followed.
Yeah.
So what kind of pushed you, what gave you that interest in wanting to go into IRL streaming? Was there specific IRL streamers that inspired you to do IRL streaming?
Great question. So I was a variety streamer before I started doing IRL, and I know that being a desktop streamer is incredibly hard, especially to grow. So what I would do is I tried my best to like jump on different metas that were working within my smaller streamer community. So for example, I did co-working for a little bit. So cringe. I did co-work streaming for a little bit because it worked. And like it raised my follower count like a lot, and it was easy. And then I realized that like there's other things I can incorporate into my channel as a variety streamer that can help me grow. And one of those ideas was doing IRL. So then I went on this trip. I went on a vacation to LA, and I was like, I was just gonna stream the vacation. That's it. Just do IRL for the vacation. And then afterwards, I had like it went well, and I started to think like maybe I should do this more regularly. So, yeah.
Did you watch a lot of IRL streamers or
No.
specific IRL streamers before that made you want to get into IRL stream?
No.
So you didn't do any research or anything like that, or?
Not really. I mean, the only research I really did was the equipment and how to use the equipment. I didn't really watch a lot of IRL streams. I found out about the first person I found out about after you was CookSucks, because even when I was doing desktop content, there was viewers who would come in every now and then and they'd be like, do you know this guy CookSucks? You look like him, or you act like him. I was like, who is this guy? And then like I finally looked him up, and I found his stream right before I went to LA for that vacation. And then I started watching, but at that time he was doing desktop recap streams, so I couldn't even really watch him do IRL but when I was doing vacation. So yeah, but apart from that, it was just you and Cook. That's it.
Oh wow.
I didn't really know about anyone else. Like, I kind of knew about Jake and Bake Live. I kind of knew about him, but never watched him at all. And like, yeah, so because I never watched IRL.
Interesting. And
Yeah.
then, so when did you kind of see that? When in your kind of streaming career did you see that you wanted to make that pivot between doing variety streaming and then finding that, I guess, IRL is
Right.
the path for you?
Right. So after my vacation, right? After my first IRL experience, it was like a 2-week vacation. I streamed IRL every day of that vacation here in LA. And then when I came back, I was asking my viewers and my community, I was like, did you guys enjoy the IRL content? Is that something you guys would want to see more regularly? And they were like, yeah. So I was like, I really considered it like strongly because, you know, obviously IRL is very expensive, and especially as a backpack streamer. So I was like, you know what? Like, I'll consider it. And I thought about it a lot, and I was like, I think I could do well with this because the community was very encouraging. They're like, you do IRL really well, and we could see you growing from this. So I was like, okay. So
Well,
then,
what was it? What was your viewership looking like at that time?
I
when
was
you were-
like
when you were transitioning?
probably like a 40 viewer Andy. Yeah. And then that's when like things blew up.
Yeah,
so-
I think that the
at that moment, that's when I decided I should probably just stick to IRL.
That's kind of the signal that most people have, is when
Right.
they feel that their momentum has changed,
100%.
right? So at that point, you felt like that was the point.
Yeah.
Going into IRL that's the one that you want to do.
I tried to do a little bit of desktop variety even after like I kind of blew up. Like I had a long growth period, But I thought about it a lot, and I was like, you know what? It's probably best that I just stick to IRL on my main channel, and I've just been thinking about like an alt channel and stuff. I might do like some sort of like, because there's variations of IRL, in my opinion, right? Like in real life content is not just like going outdoors, like on the streets and stuff. It's like, it could be other things as well. I mean, it's up to interpretation, but my interpretation of it is like, it could be like cooking in a kitchen. You know, it could be a various amount of things. So there might be some desktop content I do in the future, but it'll be more planned out and more well executed. Something like this, or you know, something like that, to where I planned it out well, to where when my IRL viewers tune in, they know that they're getting something meaty instead of something just boring where I just turn on a game and I just play a game, you know? So yeah.
Was there a point in which you, like, it sounds like you're really thinking about how you're making your content in your channel.
Right. 100%.
At what point did you become conscious about thinking about your content?
I mean, I've always been very conscious about my content. Before I became an IRL streamer, I used to plan out my streams a month in advance.
A month?
A month in advance. I would map out every single stream a month in advance. That was before I did IRL. When I started doing IRL, it gets a lot harder to do that. Because I feel like IRL, you try to catch the moments, right? Like you try to catch what's going on. What's the wave? What's the event that's coming up, right? So it's a little bit harder to plan a month in advance. But when I was doing desktop, I planned a month in advance. It's crazy.
What type of content were you planning?
Back when I was a desktop streamer?
Yeah.
Oh, I did like a whole different amount of stuff. Like I did a lot of... I was very inspired by Ludwig. And what I mean by inspired is like, he says it himself that streamers should do it. But like, you take an idea that a streamer did and you kind of make it yours. And I would do that a lot with Ludwig and MeesterKeem. So like, for example, I would do like a lot of these like food streams where you try different things on like food. Did a lot of like gaming challenges, a lot of collabs. Like I tried my best with that, yeah, to mix it up. Because I wanted to be like a true variety streamer. But yeah.
So you're very like, kind of like idea based. You had a goal for your stream. Or whatever the theme may be, and then you did that on stream. Did any of that kind of, when you're transitioning to IRL, what did any of that transfer over, or once you started doing IRL, did it totally change?
Oh, 100%. Like I try my best to be very mindful and intentional about my content. But like, I feel like it's a lot harder with IRL. That's just my personal opinion, because I feel like with IRL, like when you're trying to give your viewers an experience, like you're also at the liberty of like the planners of those events, or like you're at the liberty of like the cell service, or at the liberty of the organizers of that event allowing you to stream,
for sure.
Right? So it's a lot harder for things to go completely according to plan, especially in comparison to a desktop stream. Yeah.
So for IRL streams, how do you kind of go about what your plan is for the stream? Or do you plan at all?
I do plan my streams out. I try my best to communicate my plan to my community like the week of. So every Monday night, I try to release my schedule on my Discord and on my About Us page. And I try my best to like think like at least 1 week in advance, like what am I going to do for the next week? And what do I have planned out for this stream, this stream, this stream? And I'll like look up stuff on like Google, like I'll look up what's going on in my city and what's going on around me. And I'll try to map out stuff. And yeah, that's pretty much how I go about it, I feel like.
Do you think that there's any kind of there are elements to your stream that your stream contains like this flow,
right?
And it has these elements that is unique to your stream, or it's the identity of you as a streamer. Are there any things like that? I know there's the Wakimda or whatever.
Yeah,
that's a thing.
Wakimda, yeah.
So are there elements like that you consciously thought of when you're streaming that you like to put in? So for example, since we are talking about CookSucks, like he has his community, he also has his identity that he twerks on stream, or at least he used to. And there's like other streamers who have elements like that they're kind of unique to your stream. Do you have anything like that for you?
I feel like, I don't know, it's kind of hard for myself, like my actual niche. I feel like I'm still figuring that out. Yeah, because I'm still such a young streamer, especially in the IRL circle. Right. So I'm kind of figuring that niche out for myself. But For me, I feel like the biggest thing is that like I'm a New York City kid. You know, like I'm from New York City. Well, I mean, I live in Jersey now, but I mean, I'm originally from New York City, and my content is a lot of it's in New York. So I'm trying to establish myself as like one of the New York City guys. Yeah. But apart from that, I'm just trying to figure out my niche. But I feel like it's just my personality. You know, I'm a troll. Like I have a very outgoing, extroverted personality. I'm not as shameless as some streamers out there, but like I'm a pretty shameless streamer, like things like that. So
what would you say kind of attributes your current success? That you would say that like any type of thing that you do on your stream that you notice that your streamers or your viewers really like?
All right, let's just keep it 100p. All right, let's keep it 100p. Stacks. 100p. Stacks 100p. On table. All right. So I just completely scuffed that. I'm not gonna sit here and not admit that. All right. So if I didn't have the CookSucks comparisons, I'm not saying that like it's only because of Cook that I am where I am, but I will say a lot of it has to do with Cook.
So you would say a lot of your success attributed to
100%
coattailing on CookSucks.
I'm not gonna say coattailing.
Riding the wave.
No. I got lucky. I got lucky that people, like general public, saw me as a CookSucks comparison. And I got lucky that Cook is doing very well at what he does. And that people will compare me to him. And I think that helped in me being discovered more. And in people actually paying attention to who this Megalol is.
So it was by total coincidence.
By total coincidence. I never tried to act like him. I didn't even know who he was. I didn't try to act like him. I didn't try to look like him. I even started twerking on my streams before I knew he was he twerked on his streams. It's just crazy. Like the amount of comparisons that we had. And then the fact that people saw that, like it really helped me a lot. Cause like when I would go into streams or like when I would be seen on a camera or something like that, they'd be like, yo, CookSucks Jr. or CookSucks lookalike, or look, that's CookSucks, or Skinny Cook. I get that shit all the time, man.
All right, so how do you feel about being compared to CookSucks?
Honestly, all right. So, okay. I wish Cook was here. This would have been spicy content to talk about.
No, it's good that he's not here. That way you can spit it out. Maybe one day we'll have him on a separate episode, and then we can get
both of you. The family podcast. Yeah, we got to bring Yummy on there too because she's part of the family too. Anyway, all right.
I gotta buy more mics.
Honestly, this is kind of like my honest, wholesome answer, and I'm not being a suck up. I swear. But it's an honor to be compared to Cook, for real. Like I think I'm gonna say definitively he's my favorite IRL streamer. Like, and I don't think that'll ever change. Cook is my favorite IRL streamer, and a lot of that is not only because of what I see him doing with his channel, but also because of who he is as a guy, as a streamer. Like even when the camera's off and the stream is off, like Cook, he is a very I respect him a lot. And so it's an honor to be compared to him, and I respect him tremendously, for real.
So you don't have any kind of qualms being compared to him? You don't feel annoyed that people compare it to you?
I mean, obviously it does get annoying because there's annoying people on Twitch all the time.
Yeah.
And you know this. Everybody knows it. Even the people who are annoying can admit that about themselves, that they're annoying. But there's a bunch of annoying people on Twitch, and it does get annoying, of course. If anything, I just feel bad that like Cook has to deal with that all the time.
Interesting.
You know, like that. I feel like, so I'm doing my best to honor him as like kind of like a senpai. Like he's like a mentor to me. I'm trying to honor him as a mentor and as a friend.
Ooh.
Holy shit! What's going on?
I thought I muted the alerts. Shit. Hey, thanks for the sub, Anonymous. I need to mute these. I apologize. Thank you. Where's my mouse? There you go.
Yeah. So I mean, it does get annoying. Like, I think certain people just like constantly saying it all the time. But again, it's fun. It's fun for me at least. You know. But yeah, I mean.
You don't really get you're not at the point where you're like, I want to differentiate myself from him. Like, I've had enough.
No, not necessarily, because I think that's a part of my journey and I should embrace it. And I don't think it'll, like, for example, like, my viewers, I don't think they just watch me because I look like Cook, you know? Like, I think I've come to a point where my viewers watch me for me. And ultimately, like, that comparison is like, it's a funny meme and like, you know, it's like a way to get introduced and to get discovered and such. But at the end of the day, I'm responsible for maintaining my community and maintaining my viewership. So Cook is not going to be the one on my channel streaming for me. And so what I'm trying to do is honor him as like a mentor and as a friend in creating like my own, like, just being myself, you know, being the best version of myself, and to not feed into that and saying I'm just gonna be like Cook. I just want to be like Cook, you know. And I think that's what he would want from me, and that's what I want for myself too.
Yeah, I mean, you can't be Cook Jr. forever, right?
Exactly.
You have to, like, what's the guy's name? Jaden Smith can't be Will Smith's son.
Yeah, I can't be Cook Jr. forever. Cook's gonna eventually retire, and then I will take on CookSucks. Like, it's kind of like Batman. It's kind of like Batman.
Highlander,
right? It's kind of like Batman, you know. I'm kidding. I don't know. Dude, my hairline is bad. We should talk about that. Like, what do you think about, like, IRL streamers, like, their hairlines receding? I feel like a lot of IRL streamers' hairlines are receding. Do you think it's a stress-associated thing?
No. I mean, I don't feel stressed. IRL streaming. Yeah, the camera's back online. Yo, but I'll tell you for sure, I'm definitely receding. But that's genetics.
Oh, shoot.
I'm receding like crazy. That's why I always wear hats.
Pretty nice. You look like an actor. I just realized that.
Honestly,
who is it? Chat, who is it?
When it comes to receding hairlines, I'll tell you this. If people make fun of you because you have a receding hairline, or you feel bad about having a receding hairline, just know that every person, every guy will have a receding hairline eventually. So for you young people who are talking shit about older people who are balding, that's gonna be you. So yeah, you're gonna eventually, a few years from now, however old you are, you're gonna be the one getting made fun of because your hairline's receding. So I mean, I feel like you should not make it such a big deal. Am I right?
I guess. I don't know. I mean, I would hope you guys keep your full set of hair, unlike me, because mine's going. But my hair looks pretty good right now. Hey, I got a nice fade. My hair looks good right now.
I don't mind that much because I could just wear a hat. I always wear hats.
That's been my solution. Yeah. That's why I wear my Mad Happy hat all the
time. Okay, so we got the camera back online. I don't know how long that camera is going to last before it overheats again. For whatever reason, the dummy battery is not working, so I just have to deal with that. Where are we now? We talked about your history before. Oh yeah, are we still on the CookSucks comparison?
If you want to keep digging into it, but I think I said my piece.
Does chat have anything to say about the CookSucks comparison?
Of course they do.
What is the chat's opinion about CookSucks? And also, what's your opinion about this music? Should I change this music, chat? Because I will. I'm going to, actually. I'm tired of this lady. Where's that coming from? I muted that.
Oh, that was an alert?
That was an alert, yeah.
I like that music.
That's my... What is that? That's my bit. Thanks for the 20 bits, Nikita. Hey, how is that even coming up? I don't know where that's coming from, Chip. Like, there's got to be something open here that's playing that shit. I don't know.
Yo, I like this beer. This might be a go-to for me.
You like it?
I like it. It's good. I never had this one.
I don't know where
they said the music is kind of high. Can't hear Keem screaming over it. Okay, that's the issue.
Okay, I will turn it down.
Because if you can't hear me screaming, then that's a problem.
Just know that if you guys think the audio level is a little bit weird right now, the YouTube VOD and the Twitch VOD will not have any music. So, yeah.
Dude, can we talk about like spicy content? Because I want to solidify myself as the best podcast episode. Like,
Spicy content.
Like,
okay.
ask me spicy questions.
Oh, I have
I
to
don't
ask
mind.
you.
I really don't mind.
You
Like-
didn't come here with spicy content already.
No, like, I mean, I could bring stuff up, but I mean, I don't really. Have
Okay,
anything
sure.
in
Yeah,
mind.
you know this. is-
I want to
I-
solidify myself as the greatest podcast episode on your podcast.
Yeah.
Maybe until like Cooks or something like that, but.
I mean, I'm only here because I'm interested about how creators work.
Okay, fine.
Especially talking about creators. But if you have something that you want to say about something spicy, you brought something. What's the spiciest shit you?
Okay,
Let me
I'm
hear
dropping it. Listen, everyone. I don't know. I'm kidding.
You don't even have it. You just want it to be spicy, but you don't have it.
Have you ever dated a streamer?
No, and I'll never date a streamer
Why not?
because here's okay. I'll give you not like a story, but I'll give you a
I'm the interviewer
background. Okay, this is not an interview. This is a conversation. Okay, this is
alright.
a discussion.
Alright.
Here's how I feel about
Sorry.
streamers dating. Okay, when I was in high school, I purposefully did not want to date a girl in my high school. Why? Because if we broke up, I would have to see her every day as long as I'm still at that high school. But
Okay.
if I dated a girl from another high school and we broke up, I'll avoid her like so easily. Right? Easier, right.
Fair.
So let me bring this back to Twitch streaming. If I dated another Twitch streamer, hypothetically, and we broke up, there would be so much chaos amongst, like, there'd be a division between our communities. There'd be shit talking between people that are not even related to us at all. There would just be so much bullshit that would happen.
Yeah.
So I don't want that to happen, which is why I purposefully do not try to involve myself with any other Twitch streamer or anything like that.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
Okay, fair.
Yeah, it's more of a.
I just
like,
that's
I
a
don't
troll,
wanna- I
but
don't want to do it.
but that's a great answer.
You don't have
It's
any.
kind of like people like to say don't mix business with pleasure, things like that.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that's something that I would like to.
true. It could get messy.
Pass
It could
on to
definitely
you.
get messy. So, but
Do you have
I mean,
any experience?
I wouldn't date another streamer because I can't. No one would be interested in me.
That's not true.
So you think I look
It sounds
good?
like you want to.
No, that's not true. Do you have someone in mind?
I've heard some stories.
Oh gosh, here we go. What is it?
I've heard some stories. It's your stories. I'm not gonna tell your stories.
No, but what have you heard? Who's talking that shit?
No one's talking shit.
Let's go. Come on, spicy baby. That's what the chat wants. So is
All right. So this guy's No Neck Ed says, ask him about Winnie Kappa.
all right. I'm willing to answer that question.
All right. Let's answer it in the easiest way possible.
Easiest way possible. Okay.
Yeah.
I farmed hanging out with Winnie. I made her feel uncomfortable. Well, it wasn't me directly, but I do take ownership on it because of like me farming it. And then cringe chatters, weird ass chatters made it very weird, made her feel uncomfortable. I felt bad, so I messaged her and I said, "Hey, I'm going to stop doing this because I don't want to be that type of person. Like, I don't want you to think of me as like someone who's just using you for content." And I apologized. I took ownership and then I dropped it. And I told my community, I'm not farming this anymore. And then I stopped. And that's it. And now we're just cool.
How do you feel about Winnie?
She's cool. She's a good person. I'm not interested in her.
There you go. Wow. He put it on the record.
Yeah.
He put it on the record. Right here on my talk show.
I don't really know
Put it
her
on the
like
record.
that. How could I be interested in her? That'd be weird. That's power social, like a lot of you chatters.
There you go.
Yeah.
How about, would you get with someone in the chat?
Hell
A
no.
viewer?
Hell
You
no.
wouldn't get someone who is a viewer.
No
You
shot.
would take someone who is a streamer over a viewer?
Yeah, because I have more of a potential to actually get to know a streamer. Like, actually, no. I don't know. I can't ever date a viewer. I'm
Okay.
sorry. So guys, I'm sorry. I know I look good today and my fade is on point, but I would never date any of you guys. Like, I'm sorry to say it, but Listen, I'm not about that life, all right?
I like this.
Streamer, I might date a streamer.
You might date a streamer?
I would consider dating a streamer.
Yeah?
Yeah, why not?
Who would you date? Who's on that bill?
There's no one that I'm like particularly interested in right now.
Okay.
Yeah. But
Fair.
maybe in the future.
We talked about how you were before streaming. We talked about your current streaming, current streaming workflow and life. I guess the last question on that is, how do you feel about streaming and the future of streaming? Or maybe not like the future, but currently and the near future.
How do I feel about streaming right now? I'll answer that first. How do I feel about streaming right now? IRL is it's really hard. It's not easy, and I feel like it's because there's a lot of travel restrictions and stuff, but also like a lot of the localized content, it gets, I don't want to say old, but it gets hard to find things that you could be very interested in and just incredibly fresh, that are obviously fresh.
So do you feel the current state of IRL is kind of lame or stale?
I don't think it's lame or stale. I just think that it's different from what people are used to seeing in IRL content. And I think there's a lot of it is good for IRL too. I feel like, just personally, because it helps bring down the I feel like the unfair expectation that a lot of viewers have on IRL streamers. I think it lowers that bar so that IRL streamers can function more freely and with less pressure. But I could also see it doing the opposite. But I mean, I don't think it's lame. I just think that like it's just a tough time that we're living in right now, and
I see.
we just need this to pass, you know. So, and then it's hard for me in particular because I work full time also. Honestly, if I had the luxury of streaming full time IRL, I feel like I can't say it will definitely happen, but I think that I could go a lot further if I had that freedom. The hardest part though would be the financial aspect of it.
Right.
Mm-hmm. But
would you want to become a full-time streamer? Not just IRL, but just full-time streamer?
A full-time streamer? There needs to be certain things that happen before I'm able to do that. And part of it is like I need to have some sort of at least a sustainable income from Twitch. And then I would have to have a supplementary income, I think, on top of it, but not a full-time income.
What is a sustainable income?
I think there's like a certain amount of like I don't want to say like a specific number, but I have some things in my mind that could work for me that I've lived with. Okay. I was homeless at one point in my life.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you talk about that?
Basically, long story short, I got kicked out of my house, and it was a really hard time with me and my family. And I was literally going from place to place, like friend's place to friend's place. Eventually settled in at a friend's dorm. I had no car. My job was basically paying like a stipend. It was trash, and I was just living. And it was probably the hardest like 3 to 6 months of my life.
Wow.
Yeah.
How did you get out of it?
A lot of people were very generous and helped me, and I just try to make it work. Like yeah, and then obviously there are a lot of days where I couldn't eat either. It was tough.
This is in New York?
Yeah, in New York.
Wow.
Yeah.
That sounds like some type of
I
Big
wasn't
Apple,
on the streets though.
Shit.
Like I wasn't homeless like on the streets. Like let me make that very clear. Like I was homeless as in I didn't have a home. Like I was moving from place to place and stuff. So, but I was fortunate enough to have a lot of friends who took me in, and one friend took me into his college dorm. Like, and I stayed there until I could find a more a better rent situation. So,
Damn.
And eventually was able to live somewhere.
Wow.
So yeah.
That's like some Frank Sinatra shit.
I don't really know.
I made it here. If I can make it here, I can make it anywhere.
Oh damn. Yeah. So I mean, I've lived on like pretty low salaries, and I've lived on like low income. So I think I could do it. But obviously IRL is expensive too, so I need to pay for that stuff. But there's a lot of things.
Yeah, IRL is the most expensive. Do you think IRL is the most difficult, most expensive?
100%. It's the hardest category of streaming on Twitch, in my opinion. And it's probably the most expensive, and therefore a lot of IRL streamers don't monetarily benefit as much. I feel like if you're a hardcore IRL streamer, if you're not like the top of the top, then you're probably mainly doing it for like the memories and the experiences, not for the money.
Where do you fall in between there?
I mean, right now I have a full-time job, so I make income, right? And obviously there's a lot of costs associated with IRL that I need to make back. So please, Twitch Prime, if you guys have one, thank you. Or Dono. No, but I don't pressure my viewers into doing that stuff. They know that I have a job, but the more that the viewers give to my channel, like I'm able to feed into my content and feed into sustaining my channel for the long run. So
got it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about your backpack, I think.
Okay.
Just really quick, and then we'll talk about spicy stuff or like more
hell yes,
freestyle
my
stuff.
favorite.
Okay, let's just get the basic shit out of the way.
Okay.
Basic stuff out of the way.
Sounds good. So you want me to show my backpack?
Yeah. Let's see your backpack. What type of backpack you got?
Okay. So what camera am I using? That one or that one?
Yeah, both of these. I'll manually do it.
All right. So this is my backpack.
You use the Manfrotto backpack.
I use the Manfrotto, and I'll go into why. I'll kind of explain it, but this is actually very inspired by you, brother. So
thank you.
So
Put it
hey,
on.
this is an awesome full circle moment for me actually as a streamer. I never thought that I would be on a podcast with you, dude. So I'm actually very proud of myself. I'm serious. Like
I never thought I would be doing a podcast with you. Also
true. All right. Anyway, okay. So this is my backpack. This is a Manfrotto. I think MX. I forgot the exact model, but I think it's discontinued now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they sell it, but
anything unique about this?
About the backpack?
Yeah.
I love this backpack personally because it's very compact, but also the best part of this bag is the convenience of the pockets and the zippers. So for example, this right here, this goes into like the top of the bag.
Yeah. So all your stuff is here at the bottom. Batteries.
Yeah, I just put the battery and some cables here on the bottom, and then on the top, what I do.
All right, let's see the top. This is what I'm interested in.
Okay, this is gonna be.
You probably have some weird shit in here, right?
True. Wait, what's my Tenga doing here? No, I'm kidding. All right. So. All right. So there's my my camera right here.
Mm-hmm.
And then I use a 10-footer. A lot of people like 6-footers.
Yeah.
But I like 10-footer. And then this is my cable. And I use my of course my Sony. I recently upgraded. I started with the AS300, which is the older Sony action cam model, but now I have the FDR X3000.
Right.
Yeah, so I use this one now, and now I have my AS300 as a backup. And then in here, of course, I have my Gridit. Right? Can I not take it out though?
I mean, if it's just
really
like
annoying.
basic,
I'll just take it out.
Just
basically, I take this out right here.
Two modems.
No, I use 3 modems.
Oh, okay.
So I use the Inseego USB 800L. That's AT&T and T-Mobile, and I use the Netgear Nighthawk modem, of course, the go-to, which is right now equipped with AT&T. So AT&T.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also have this modem, my only 5G modem, and I forgot the exact model. Do you remember?
That's the 1000, I believe.
Yeah, this is also Inseego. Yeah, I've never done this, by the way. This is the first time I'm ever doing an in-depth review of my backpack. So, don't forget to send me my money. All right. And then
pretty standard.
Yeah, and then selfie stick. I use the Ulanzi MT16. Right.
Yep.
I use this one at the recommendation of Cook actually, and I like this selfie stick a lot.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is the CookSucks.
Yeah.
Original setup.
Yeah, I love this one because it goes all the way down, and I like the fact that like the tripod is on it. Yeah, so that's very convenient. And then I used to use the one that you had on your thing. I forgot what it was. There was one that's like it's a set, like a set.
Oh,
I forgot. Like
you
set
mean the
length.
ball? or whatever.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to use that one, but then I liked how this one went down, and that one didn't have a tripod built on it. You had to put the silencer thing on the bottom.
Yeah.
I used to use that, but I don't use it anymore.
Okay. I see.
And then I have this bicycle mount too, which I use for my chat phone. And then of course, like, I use the quick release plates.
Yeah.
I wonder why this is
Alright.
not focusing, but
Yeah, I don't know.
the quick release plate.
Pretty standard. Where's the juicy stuff?
What do you mean juicy?
You don't
stuff?
have any. What's in here, huh?
You just gotta keep it.
You don't have
Oh,
any-
so this
you
is
don't have
just
any
I
weird
have
stuff?
backup cables. I have wet wipes in
Wet
case I
wipes.
run out of toilet paper. I need to wipe my ass after I take a shit. And
That's
then-
what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's important, man. And then I have this right here because I have the Gaijira
Oh,
cable
okay.
lock. This is actually another important piece of my equipment. It's Gaijira's cable lock. And then this is to like kind of undo it. One comment I'll make. Do you use this?
I don't know.
One comment I'll make about this. I wish there was a way to take off the cables, put them back on easily. It's very difficult. Like, anyway. And then just backup cables. Like, I keep backup cables no matter what, just in case things are jacked up. And then a little spice, gotta have the hand
you go.
sanitizer. The Rona is around. And
What
then
is
I
that?
have,
Is that on the strap?
yeah. So I put this on
What
my
is
strap.
this
It's just
part?
kind of like a cell phone holder. It's like it's just something light,
Oh, okay. So
But-
this is very unique. I've never seen anyone use this kind
Yeah,
of thing
yeah.
before.
So I just put that on the side. It's easy to go into the side and kind of pick it out, right? And then, actually, I forgot my chat phone. So here's my chat phone. I use the Google Pixel Pro. Shit, I'm so scuffed. The Pixel 6 Pro.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So this is my chat phone.
Dang, that one's huge.
Yeah, it's big.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's a monster. But I really like this phone because it has the true ultra wide lens on the front and on the back. So when I need to go incognito or when I need to use my phone for IRL streaming, it's a really good IRL streaming phone. Yeah, so I like that a lot.
Gotcha.
And obviously use IRL chat with it.
Server?
I use Synapse.
Synapse. Okay.
A lot of people, I will say, like, a lot of people don't really fuck with Synapse. But I really like Richard. He's the guy in charge of it.
I use Synapse too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I like it a lot.
I mean, I'll admit Synapse probably has its own faults of its own, but
Yeah.
just being, such a supporter
Yeah.
of the community, and Synapse is a cool guy.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I'm a big loyalty guy. So like
Yeah.
he really helped me a lot in the beginning.
Yeah. Same. Yeah.
And so I was like, I want to stick with him because he helped me so much. He helped me get going. So yeah. And then this is my card.
Oh, you keep cards.
Yeah.
Oh, let me.
This is designed by one of my community members, Rena. It has a QR on it. Please follow me on Twitter.
Maybe,
Thank you.
Maybe you could try that one. Put it in front of my camera.
This one? Oh,
Yeah.
I dropped one. Come on, work.
There it
we
is.
go. And that art is by one of my artists too, Pan Marzipan, and then my logo.
Wow.
And then recently, so I had a merch line for my 1,000 followers. So
A
I had
merch line?
I had an exclusive merch line. It was
Okay.
nice. And then I dropped stickers, but I couldn't sell all them. So now when you stream snipe me, I let you choose a sticker to take.
Oh wow, they look good too.
Yeah. And because you have me on your podcast, you're probably not gonna put this anywhere, but please.
I
take-
will.
Oh, really?
I collect stickers, especially
Yeah.
from streamers.
Yeah,
Hell
you could take one of each, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
Sick. I'm gonna put these on my those cases over there.
Yeah. So yeah, that
Who's this?
What?
There's a girl on here.
Oh, okay. So I used to
Which
do
camera is
this
this
content in the past. Her name was Sarah, my sister. But
is your sister.
but not my real sister. It's kind of like Candy and Cook. But this was a long time ago in the past. Maybe you should put your hand behind it. That kind of helped me.
Yeah, I don't know. Fuck it.
But I decided to
girl on
stop
here.
that kind of content. Yeah, a while ago. So. Yeah.
Nice.
That's her.
You don't have any anything to protect you?
What do you mean?
in the wild?
Protect me in the wild?
You're not
I have these two right here. Yeah, put the camera on me right now. I got these two, right? So anybody come see me? A little scrappy scrap, you know what I'm saying? I grew up in the hood, man. You might not know this about me. I grew up in Jamaica, Queens.
Oh, really?
I know how to scrap, bro. All right? So listen, if we're ever doing IRL together, bro, I got your back. Don't worry.
All right. Even though I'm like double your size, you are protecting me.
Honestly, if you want to, I'm down to do a boxing match for content.
Really?
But we have to put money on the line. I think I can hold myself down.
Actually, you know what? Some people have been saying that they should create some type of like a Jake Paul style IRL thing.
Let's do
How do you
it.
guys
Jake
feel
and Big
about
Live, I'm calling you out right now.
Oh,
To be on my team.
Issued the chat to be
Oh, got him.
on your team. What is this team?
Debated.
stuff?
Yeah, team boxing, man. I'll be his coach.
You'll be his coach. Wow, he flipped it up from being such a badass to dropping it all on Jake now.
I'm just trolling.
If anyone wants to see me, I got my boy Jake. Call him up. Cheers. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
All right.
But I'm serious about it though. If you ever want to fight, I'm kidding.
All right, cool. I think that's basically all I have about the basics of IRL streaming. And thanks again, Keem, for him coming onto the show. This last part of this, I will divert to the chat, and if the chat wants to ask any questions to MeesterKeem, we'll see what they have to say. How about that? And if you have any topics that you want to bring up on this podcast, and hopefully you didn't break your phone or whatever that was.
That's my phone.
That was your phone?
Yeah.
That was your main phone too, not the chat phone.
It was my main, yeah.
It was a real phone.
Oh, I forgot to say I'm a proud LiveView user, so I use LiveView, and then I use both my phones. A lot of streamers don't do this, but I use my main phone as a monitor. So I put my Twitch stream on my main phone. Because I have unlimited data on my main phone too. So, yeah.
I have unlimited data too, but the delay is too long for me to.
Oh, I hear
do
you.
that.
I hear you.
So I don't really care. Hugh Jazzy says circumcised ?
I already told you I'm not an
answered that.
Israelite.
All right, I'm going to look into the chat. If you see anything you want to say to the chat, you're free to do so. Or if there's any topic that you want to talk about, we can talk about it as well.
Any topics?
Yeah.
There's nothing that really comes to mind. Like, all right, let me ask you this then, Spicy.
Okay.
What are you could be honest with me, okay? I'm not the type to get like butthurt easily, okay? I'm a troll, okay? What are your honest thoughts about me?
About you?
As a streamer.
As a streamer.
Yeah. Your honest thoughts. You
This
said you don't really watch me often, but
Yeah, I don't. I'll be honest. I don't watch a lot of streams on Twitch anymore.
Okay.
There was a time where I was like so into IRL, and I would watch like Jake, and I would watch EXBC and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But personally, now that I've been doing IRL streaming for so long, I've kind of what's the right way to put this? I kind of lost my love for watching IRL streams because I feel like a lot of IRL streams are the same now. Like the content is rehashed like crazy. When I first got into IRL streaming, the state that it was in was a bad state, in my opinion. Really? Everyone was doing like, oh, I'm gonna go eat, I'm gonna clean my room, and I was like, what is it? This is not entertaining. So when I think a lot of our newer streamers first reaction is like, I want to change the game. Yeah, I'm gonna come in, I'm gonna do content, like I'm gonna do crazy shit on the street or whatever. Like everyone is eager, right? Yeah. Once you start doing it and you do it for a long time, you'll realize like, man, this is fucking hard. This is very hard. And you realize why streams kind of go in that direction. Yeah. It's because streaming is so hard. It's expensive. It's very difficult. It's hard to like get off the ground. There's many reasons. So right now I'm at this point where I feel like streaming IRL streaming content especially it has to do with the pandemic too.
Mm-hmm.
The content has kind of went down, and it's not that interesting to me. So every time I stream, I always try to see like what is the newest thing that I can do. It's not so much I'm trying to make content super interesting or like make it really fun, but it's just what's gonna be like the next thing in IRL.
I hear
right?
you.
So I think that's where I come from when I'm looking into IRL streaming.
Okay.
So, the question was how
totally
I feel
just
about
dodged
you.
my question. Politically correct answer.
This is okay. How I feel about you is that when I see you, or when I think of you, I don't really watch it that much. But when my opinion of you is that you're like one of those young guys who feel like they can come in, and I'm gonna change the game. You know, I have high hopes for myself. I have high hopes for my channel. You're not jaded yet. You're not like, you haven't been through the gauntlet. And I feel like you said you've been doing IRL for 4 months, right?
Yeah, very, very short.
So, I think one of the things that I wanted to talk about was like your path to partner, because I think that was really
Holy crap,
interesting
yeah.
thing.
Oh my gosh.
It's okay. But okay, let me finish this thought. I'd say for you, your path to partner seemed so easy.
It was. Wait, it was easy to a certain degree. It was easy because I got boosted.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's why I want to say, like, okay, let's talk about that after this. After I finish this, I want to say that like you haven't been in the fire yet. Like, you don't know what it's like to like really grind. I could be wrong. You may have, because I don't watch your channel that much. But it's my opinion is that like you have bright eyes, you know, as a young kid. You have ambitions. You're not beat yet. You know what I mean? You haven't had your losses yet. You haven't been rejected by the Twitch partnership program or whatever.
True,
and know what it
I got on my first try.
like when you're just like, fuck, man. That sucks.
Too bad I'll never feel that because I got on my first try. Feels good.
Good shit. Yeah. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Twitch partner. Well, let's talk about really quick your path to partner and how you like.
I mean, that's such a big part of my journey. You know, like, man, dude, like. So I mean, a lot of it starts with just the cook comparisons, right? And like, that's how I eventually started watching his streams. And little did I know that when I started watching his streams, I really like a lot of people in the Happy Boy Army, like his community, and they're like dope as hell. So I made a lot of, like, I'm gonna call them friends. I made a lot of friends, online friends, through the Happy Boy community, like Coconut Cream Pie, Cuckoo the Clown, Shitty, like a lot of people. I made friends with a lot of people in that community, and like, they're dope. And like Twan too, like, and it was a really good time. I really liked it a lot. And I just started to really enjoy like his streams, and I started to really enjoy his community. And I think like I never really had this expectation of like, because I come from a normie background, and I'm not like, I kind of want to ask your thoughts about this later, but I don't really have this like very shameless mindset. Like, I don't default to that. Sometimes I feel like I don't want to cross the boundaries. I don't want to cross the line. And so I never like went into Cook's community and watched his streams like for anything for myself, you know? I watched it because I enjoyed it and because I had a good time with the people in the chat and watching his streams.
But you don't feel like you want to emulate that on your own?
What do you mean?
Like, you don't want to take those elements from CookSucks' stream and add that to your stream?
I don't want to copy him. I think that's wrong. Because I think that that's something that he's doing well. And if, you know how there's a lot of comparisons, like, I think it's wrong for me to steal those things from him. Or like, I can't even say steal, because he wouldn't even say they belong to him. Like, I don't want to copy him, like, because he does it well, and that's his thing, that's his brand. I want to learn what works for me well, right? And so that's that. But ultimately though, like, I didn't do it for anything for myself, but Cook is such a generous guy, and he's such a good dude, that like he looked out for who megalo like me, and like he helped me a lot. Like in my first week of doing IRL in LA, my camera was not in the wide angle, like wide setting, so it was like literally like zoomed in, and it was just messed up. He came into my chat randomly one day, and he helped me fix my camera. It's like little things like that like really helped me out a lot as a streamer. And so him kind of helping me and being there for me as a streamer, and also him kind of giving the stamp of approval with other people in the IRL community, that helped me tremendously. So that's the first part of like my partner journey, and why I feel like my partner journey was a little bit easier than others. Then obviously the next part, which is when I call it the stream sniping week. That's when like everything changed for me. So that's when all the people, there was a lot of bigger IRL streamers in New York. It was Jake, Water, Fan, and Joey. And I saw an opportunity, and I said, I want to take this opportunity because I don't get them often.
So while you're sharing this story, I want to ask if you could share this story, but share it side by side with kind of like your growth in numbers. Can you like relate? Yeah. Can you do this in timeline of
I'll try my best
growth
to.
in numbers?
100%. So like when I talk about that first period when Cook was helping me, I was only like a 30 to 40 viewer Andy.
Right.
That's where I was as a variety streamer. I was still doing variety as well. And then that's when the New York stream snipes started to happen. And I had this idea when I saw them all. I didn't really know much about them. I heard a little bit about Fan, good stuff. I heard a little bit about Jake and Bake Live because he's a legend. And I heard a little bit about Joey Chaotic. He's the guy who backflips, and he's like, he has high energy and stuff like that. So I was like, all right, these guys, these are the big time IRL streamers, and I'm trying to do more IRL. So I thought of this idea. I was like, let me try to snipe them all in one stream, and I'm gonna make it a YouTube video for the future. And I tried to do that, and then I failed at sniping all of them in one stream, but I sniped every single person except for, I think, just Jake. And then eventually I stream sniped Jake, and then it just ended up like all those stream snipes were like very like opportunistic moments. So like when I stream sniped Joey, it was when Twitch Rivals was happening.
Right. Yeah. I was a part of that. Oh man.
Yeah, okay. and then people like, they were like, I twerked on Joey's stream when he was in the Twitch Rivals thing, and that became like kind of like a meme. And then like Fan, I just stream sniped her. That was a good interaction. And then when I stream sniped Water, holy crap, dude, I ran across the Williamsburg Bridge. I was trying to catch Water. It was really cringe looking.
What do you mean catch her? Was she like in a car?
She was going from the Lower East Side into Brooklyn, and I was behind. I wasn't near her. So then I had to go like pretty much like chase her down essentially, and then I stream sniped her, and then I literally caught her as she was about to get on the train. It was Korean drama. I'm so serious. I was like, Water, don't get on the train. And then I caught her, and then she was like, who the hell is this CookSucks lookalike? That's literally what she said. And then eventually I stream sniped Jake for the first time. And when I stream sniped Jake for the first time, that was another crazy like Korean drama opportunistic moment too. He was leaving his hotel, and I was just entering the hotel to stream snipe him, and he was on his way to meet Andy Milanakis for dinner. And he was in a rush, and then I made him a challenge to verse me in a Squid Game. You know the Squid Game, the paper game?
Yeah.
I challenged him, and he said, get in the Uber with me, and let's go. And then, out of his generosity. And then we kind of talked in the car, and then I think he just got this sense that like, I'm not trying to like leech off of him or anything like that, or I'm not trying to like, be weird. And then he was just very generous to me and very, very kind. And then eventually, I met Andy Milanakis the same day I met Jake and Bake. That was funny. And then after that, Jake invited me. He's like, hey, come back on my stream again in the future. Like stream snipe me again so we could finish this game because we couldn't play the game. And then I stream sniped him again, and I went hard with that stream snipe. And then I beat him in the Squid Game. And then I coined that he's my boy for life. That we're boys for life. And he let me hang out with him on his stream, and that stream was so fun. and then we ended up becoming friends.
Wow. That's a really
Yeah.
good like storytelling
Yeah.
of how that happened.
So
you
it
didn't
was
put the
crazy.
numbers in though.
All right, so then the numbers, right?
Yeah.
So I did grow through that sniping week because a lot of people found me. I grew from like 4 viewer Andy to maybe 70 viewer Andy, which is really good. And then after that Jake stream, actually no, before the Jake stream, Drake rated me, and that was crazy. Like that's like the most that's the most exposure I've ever had on Twitch. And then but then eventually like it went back down. The numbers went back down to like 70s. But then after I stream sniped Jake and I spent time with him on that stream, and then we became like friends, and then like I began to get more involved in the LA circle of IRL streamers and such. That's when I grew a lot. I grew a lot through that, and I went to like 80s to 90s. And then when Cook came to New York City, and I was already on the momentum up. When Cook came to New York City, we did a couple of stuff together, like
Yeah.
and then that helped me a lot more too, in meeting a lot more people in his community, and that helped me grow even more. And now I'm like averaging like more than 100.
So how was your experience applying for partner?
It was kind of hard because I was doing winter IRL in the middle of my partner application.
Yeah.
And I also got a delay because I applied like 2 weeks before the holidays, and they didn't get back me in time. So that still affects your partner application because they review your numbers at the moment they review your application.
Right.
Yeah. So
You had to keep it up.
I had to keep it up throughout the whole winter, and I was freezing my ass off. It was hard to do. So that aspect of it was very hard. I still had to grind. But then, I mean, I just applied, and I was like, you know what? Let's see what happens. And then I thought I was going to get rejected the first try,
Interesting.
but I got accepted. And then I was like,
Congratulations.
yeah, hell yeah, baby.
There
First
you go.
try.
First try.
First try,
Nice.
Mr. Keem.
Good shit. It was very rough for me to apply for partner.
Oh,
I went
really?
through a fucking emotional roller coaster through that shit.
God
and honestly, I have a
damn.
bad opinion about the Twitch partnership
Dude, it's
application
one
process.
question, bro. It's one question.
Honestly, I feel like they don't read what your answer is to the question. Okay, so for those of you who
Really?
don't know,
Drama
I could be
alert,
wrong. I could be
nation.
wrong. Okay.
With the sound effects.
For those of you who don't know about the Twitch partner application, basically you have to have 75 concurrent viewers on top of other analytics, but the hardest part is 75 concurrent viewers. Once you have that, you're able to apply to partner, and then they ask you one question. I mean, there's other things about like your name and stuff like that and your email, but the one question is like, what do you want us to consider during your partnership application? And then you can write whatever you want. And
You could write one sentence.
That's not true. You can write a whole 200-word
Yeah,
essay.
yeah. You could write a 200-word essay, or you could just submit one
Yeah.
sentence.
Or you don't have to put anything.
That's crazy, dude.
So usually the first time you're like, all right, this is my chance. Let me like give you my whole thing about this. I'm preaching to the jury right now, right? So you write this whole thing, and then as someone who got denied, I got denied 3 times. I got on the 4th time.
Damn.
But by then, on the 4th time, I was like, fuck this application. And I put like a super short thing. I was like, you know,
Eat
I don't
my
really care
balls.
anymore. Yeah, something like that. Oh, the camera died again. So anyways, yeah, it was difficult. But you got it, so good shit. Are there any other questions that you guys want to say? Okay,
I loved it. Yo, dude, honestly, if somebody hit me up to do a regular podcast, I would honestly be down to do it. I love doing stuff like this. Just kind of shooting the shit and just talking.
Yeah, I wanna expand this. I feel like since this is kind of like the first episode, well, not first episode, but first episode with you on it, I just want to get the formalities out so we
100%.
know where you're coming from and where you're at. But I think one thing for me is like, I want to know like more deep stuff besides all this. But I think we can do this
Deep
later
stuff?
on. Yeah, more deep. Like, because honestly, I could talk shit about being a Twitch partner for like hours.
That's true,
right?
that's true.
There's a lot of shit I could talk about.
You want to highlight it to the guest, right? Their
Yeah, yeah.
I feel you.
The whole point of this, the angle that I took with this, is that you're kind of like a newer Twitch streamer.
Yeah.
And if anyone is in the chat who's interested in doing IRL streaming, this is a good example of how you can find some type of success. Is what I'm trying to get at with this
I will
episode.
say though, I'm very lucky. I will say I'm humbled.
Yeah.
Like I know I do put up this like arrogant persona and stuff like that as a joke. It's a meme, but deep inside, like I'm really grateful. And
I saw your tweet about that.
Oh really?
Yeah. Like.
Wait, how? You don't follow me?
I don't. Do I not follow you?
Damn, chat.
Is
We
that
went
true?
there.
Honestly, I don't keep track of who I follow or
Yeah,
who I
honestly,
don't
me either.
follow.
I just kind of noticed one day, Kappa. No, I'm kidding. You don't need to follow me. Just don't feel pressured.
Oh, I'm not following him.
Dude, that is honestly, imagine having me on your podcast and you're not even following me on Twitter,
shit.
dude.
I'm not following him. All right, here it is.
I'm
All right,
kidding, bro. I'm kidding. I'm
here's
not
the
like
follow
that. I'm
back.
kidding.
I mean, did you follow me?
I do. I follow you.
follow me?
Bro,
Oh, okay.
you're the first guy I followed on Twitch. You're like I'm not trying to suck your meat or anything like that. I'm not gay, but nothing wrong with gay people. I just want to make that very clear. But like I'm not sucking your meat, but you've had an impact on the IRL streaming world. 100%, dude.
Thank you.
At
I
least
appreciate that.
for sure with people like me. Like newer up and coming streamers. 100%.
What do you have to say for the people who want to get into IRL streaming?
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Good shit.
Unless you look like CookSucks or you look like somebody else, it's probably not gonna bring you benefit. If I'm just being very honest with you.
You don't have any.
You need an in. You need an in, and I'm lucky enough to have had an in. I've had several ins. I'm very thankful. And like I really don't see it like that because again, like streaming is a hobby for me. I'm not down bad for viewers. I'm not down bad for money. Like
There's a lot of people who are.
no,
like that.
100%.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
I honestly sometimes it blows my mind like how down bad people are. Like, and I kind of feel for them, and I don't want to ever be in that position. But it's like, and it's also because I come from a normie background, right? And like I just see that as kind of like, like when people are like crazy shameless, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like sometimes I just can't like really, I don't really vibe with it. Like I can't really like, I can't fuck with it, you know?
I'm like that too.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
Gotcha. So you don't have any profound thing that you've learned from your Twitch,
From IRL.
your journey.
It's really hard to succeed as a desktop streamer. It's very hard. Again, unless you have an in, like with somebody who's already successful on Twitch.tv, because the opportunities are so limited. The discoverability and the algorithm is not helpful to smaller creators, like who are just getting started. Or maybe if you're big on other platforms, like if you're huge on YouTube, then that could be a source of success. Or if you're big on maybe TikTok, not really, but stuff like that.
Hey, MeesterKeem, I
What?
have never streamed on Twitch before.
Okay.
How do I be as good as you?
Honestly, it's not that hard. Just honestly speaking, like I have a lot more room to grow as a streamer, and I'm learning a lot. So for example, one of the things I'm learning recently is something that Joey Chaotic told me,
Okay.
and it's that I feel like you can't always feel pressured to have to deliver like crazy content every single stream. So one thing I'm trying to introduce to my community and my stream is like incorporating everyday content too, inviting people into like the normal aspects of just your life and stuff, because it's very hard. It's not sustainable. We're not machines, like we're human beings.
Yeah.
So I'm learning a lot. So, and don't try to be better than me necessarily. Like I comparison is a very, very toxic thing to have in your mind as a streamer. Like just that's my mindset. Like
I want to add to this, but I need a
Oh,
camera
snap.
on me. I'm gonna put in the battery. I think the battery.
fix it. No, but to go into that, my mindset has always been like, and I think I get this from people who have helped me. Like it's not fully bad. It's comparison isn't fully bad. Like I think you need it to like grow and to learn and to like be a gauge for yourself. But at the same time, like if comparison's gonna make you act in like a cringe or a toxic way towards other streamers, or if comparison is gonna keep you from being open-minded with other people and being a part of like the larger streaming community, then I think that's a problem, because then you're missing the beauty of being on Twitch and its community. And so I'm all about like helping other people and wanting to be a help. So
I think okay, the two things that I want to say. One thing is that there's like kind of two mindsets. I don't want to say two mindsets, but there's a mindset into going into streaming where you want to do like crazy weird stuff for whatever reason because you want to be popular,
right?
For whatever reason. So that's why there's a lot of cringe content that exists. But I think that what doesn't exist for IRL that will hopefully soon exist is compelling content. Like, can you make content that is compelling, that's interesting to viewers? It's not that, like, obviously drama and weird shit and LSF and stuff like that is like super strong on Twitch, but maybe we can make it so that we can create more compelling content. And then, because obviously drama is not sustaining, that'll spike you, that's not sustaining. But if we can make compelling content, that could be sustaining, I think. Yeah, something that everyone will be interested in. Let's go into the chat. I think I saw a few questions. Sofa King says, have they talked about how COVID turned IRL streaming on its head? We didn't.
I mean, I honestly don't have too much of a opinion about that because I started IRL recently. Yeah. So I wasn't largely affected by that, like, very deeply. So it's kind of hard for me to answer. And I kind of don't want to answer it because of that.
I did get a couple donations from Nikita.
Oh, really?
But she didn't ask a question. So she mentioned about hairline and menopause, as well as previewing the stream on her phone. Shout out to Nikita. Thank you for the 30 bits. Can you ask Keem? You don't need to preface it. Can you ask Keem? He's here. You can ask him yourself. But he says there's a man from Target looking for him.
Oh my gosh.
That's not a question. All right. Let's wrap this up in about, I'd say, 10 minutes.
Sounds good.
We'll have 10 more minutes. I'll give you guys 10 minutes to ask all the questions you guys want to ask MeesterKeem and myself, and we can have. Is there anything you want to ask me? How about that? Do you want to ask me
off the top of my head? Probably not right now. I don't know. But again, I just want to say as we continue, are we gonna have a conclusion moment? Because I'll save my final thoughts.
Sure.
Alright, I'll say that later.
Say that later. Okay.
There's too many questions. How do I do this? Should I just rapid fire it?
People are just asking what's your plan here in LA and how long you're staying here.
Again, I'm just out here to chill, to hang out with some friends, meet new people. Like, this is my first time hanging out with you in person like this.
Yeah.
John's a cool dude, guys. And then, like, meet up other people. Yeah, and just hang out. So I'm gonna be here until the 28th. Good amount of time. And you guys will probably catch some streams. I'll do some IRL streams. And yeah, that's my plans for here.
If you could collab with anyone, who would it be?
Oh, that's so hard. Anyone? Holy crap, dude. That's tough. I mean, I'm grateful. I've already collabed with people that like I collabed with CookSucks, and I was on Jake and Bake live stream. As an IRL streamer, that's pretty awesome.
I want to collab with Sushi Dragon.
Sushi Dragon?
I think, in my opinion, Sushi Dragon is the most.
His tech stuff is insane, dude.
He works the hardest for his stream, so I'm really interested in talking to him.
Oh, I'll answer the question really quick. All right, someone like that I actually want to try to collab with right now, like, and then somebody that is like a dream type of thing. Mm-hmm. The dream thing, maybe Miskiff. That'd be pretty. Like, my dream situation. Like, it doesn't need to be my stream. just on that stream. I just want to hang out with OTK, like on a stream, and I just want to be a degenerate with them and just farm and just have a good time. And then someone who I've been trying to I just found out about her recently. I'm gonna name drop, right? It's Extra Emily. She's in New York City. She's a speedrunner. I just found out she's in New York City. Extra Emily. If you want to do some IRL together, we'd love to do some IRL together.
Interesting. I feel like I follow her. I might follow her.
Oh, really? I just found out about her recently.
Yeah.
So yeah. It's not docs, it's public. She said it herself. If she says it, then I could say it, right? I mean...
all right. Anyone else have any cool questions? Otherwise, we're going to wrap this up. She's live right now.
Oh, she is?
She is.
Oh, snap.
Oh, shit.
And she's not going to collab with me. I'm used to getting Donut walled.
Okay. While we're giving some time to have chat to give us some questions, let's wrap this up. I just want to say thanks, MeesterKeem, for coming on my show. I know it's been a long time since I've had a podcast of this sort. The reason why is because I didn't really like how the format was. And even though this is the same format of what we're doing today, I'm trying to think of a way that I can kind of spice this up. Usually we do this outside too, or not usually, but I want to do this podcast in the IRL environment because that's where this is born.
Yeah.
But it's just too late and too cold outside. And you want to say anything?
I want to say this. First and foremost, John, thanks for having me on the podcast. I appreciate it a lot, man. Again, this is a very full circle moment for me as a streamer. It's a meaningful moment because I want to say thank you for your contribution to the IRL community.
Wow.
I learned a lot from you, dude. For real. I learned a lot from your YouTube videos, and I have respect for you, bro. For real. Even though you talk shit about me. And you don't follow me on Twitter. Anyway, let me stop. No. In all seriousness,
you wanted to talk about I
have learned a good amount from you, so thank you for that. I respect you for your contribution into the community, and I think that like you got something great here, man. For real, like just your tech savviness, like your contribution to the bigger IRL community. So please keep going in your own way, and like. I wish you the best of luck with everything, dude.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
If I have a response for that, it's going to be that not just for you, but for anyone else in the chat, is that you have to... I see some people's tweets online, Some people are having a hard time. IRL streaming is difficult. Yeah. I'll say this. The thing that keeps me going is having motivation and like your vision. So if any of you guys are looking to get into this, have your own vision and realize why you want to do this shit, because it sucks. It's hard, but I think that's what's keeping me going on this. Yeah. And I have a vision of what I want this to become in the future, which is how even this whole thing, like how all of this manifested, was how I thought about what this is. And I hope that it's going to grow to something even better. And I hope that IRL even becomes something else better than that. And I'm sure, we see MeesterKeem's channel right now. Maybe it's going to grow into something even bigger too.
Hopefully, we'll see.
It's only
but
here for a few.
It's not about the numbers for me. It's about the memories made, the people you meet.
The friends we made along the way.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Thanks for coming on the show, guys. I'll see you guys next time. Hey.
You know what you should do?
That's like the cut for YouTube.
Oh, okay, got it. I just cut you off, damn it.
That's fine.
This podcast might be one of the best podcasts, I hope. But it'll probably be one of the most edited, I bet.
No. I might edit the part where the camera cut out a little bit. But other than that, I'll just leave it.
You know what you should do, dude? A suggestion. At the end of the podcast, right? You should ask the guest to call out another streamer to be on the next episode.
Wow. Okay. How about we start it right now?
All right.
Call them out. And call them a bitch too.
No, I'm not gonna call them.
You don't want to call them a bitch?
You see, this is what I mean about the fucking shit. All right.
I like that.
You've asked a good amount of people?
Thanks for the 100 bits.
Because if there's somebody, if there's somebody you've probably already asked, I want to try to do someone you haven't really asked yet.
Well, okay. The thing about this podcast was more so the first half of this was like me just learning how to do it.
Yeah.
So this episode would have been the 7th one.
Oh, I hear you.
So it's kind of like I haven't approached like really big people yet because I wanted the foundation, right? I wanted to see what it was like first. But
the chat is, oh my gosh, chat.
But I think that basically I just want to change this a little bit to be more interesting because I feel like this is too heavy on the not interesting stuff for viewers. This is interesting for me.
Really?
Because I'm a streamer. Yeah. I feel like viewers are not interested in this shit because 99% of them are not going to IRL stream. So it's like, why do they want to watch this? You know? But I don't know. Maybe someone might be inspired by MeesterKeem's grand story of how he became partner in 4 months.
No way.
You should make a YouTube video about that, by the way.
I should, right?
You should.
About like how I grew?
Yeah, you in the title is how I became a Twitch partner in 4 months.
Oh my god.
That would get so many clicks.
Hell yeah, dude. And then somebody in my community can make a video of me, who is MeesterKeem? And it'll be like 5 seconds long and it'll be like nobody.
No, you'll get the rise and fall of MeesterKeem.
I'm kidding. Honestly, that's
YouTube.
how it's feeling right now. I'm
All right,
through my full
so
arc.
who are you gonna call out? Are you gonna call out someone?
All right. I don't want to say the person that I was gonna say because the chat is, they always troll me. You know what? I'm gonna be a little bit spicy here, right?
Oh wait, one second. Mr. Keto with the 10 bits. I'm sorry, I really need to turn the alerts off. I don't know why it keeps coming out, but thanks. She says...
Wait, have you had Winnie on?
I've had Winnie in an interview, but it wasn't in this format. We did like a car interview. It was kind of similar, but technically no.
All right. I mean, I would... just to say it and I kind of like feel strong, man, I would say Cook next. That would be awesome, but you probably can't get that done. Maybe
he was supposed to come on yesterday.
Maybe Cook, if you can do this next, I think that would be dope as hell, bro. Like, if Cook could come on next one, but your time is very limited.
Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully, we'll see. I mean, eventually we'll have him.
Yeah.
So he's calling out CookSucks.
I'm calling out CookSucks. That's my man.
I like this. I like this segment.
Right?
The call out segment.
You're welcome, dude.
Yeah. We'll forever remember this segment as the one that MeesterKeem invented on this podcast.
Finally, something I did myself. Oh my gosh.
Okay. Guys, thank you guys for watching. I very much appreciate it. This is the real cutout of this. I have nothing else to say. Oh, follow him on all platforms. Okay? MeesterKeem spelled with 2 E's and 4 E's actually, and jonsfm. Thank you guys, everybody. Have a good one. And I'll see you guys next time.
Bye. So wait, that's the end, right?
That's it.